Islam. This is Brother Rael. I wanted to speak a little bit about emotional. Speak about being emotional. Emotions are natural. Emotions are basically the side effects of thought processes. So wherever there's a thought, there'll be an emotion. There'll be an effect where the thought is the cause. Now, when you engage in the art of emotionalism, when you are being emotional, that means you are of or more concerned with the emotion, meaning the effects of the thoughts, than you are concerned with the thought processes that create those types of emotions. And so before you know it, you start to make irrational decisions: hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms to describe your behavior. We need to be a little bit more concerned with the causes of what is being emoted than we are getting trapped in the emotion itself. Stop being so worldly. This is why it's so hard for us to offer peace to our brother man. This is why it's so hard for us to offer peace to our sister woman. And when I say peace, what I mean is gestures, real life actions that help to uplift instead of tear down. We're so anxious to tear down, when in reality, all we're doing is showing our fear, our cowardice. So many of us are so willing to tear down a brother or sister, but when it comes time to extend our hands, in order to uplift the humanity, in order to uplift our nation of people, all of this type of talk is just, deemed foolishness and folly. The people are attacked in ad hominem approaches where you would rather attack the individual than to deal with the issue at hand. And we stay in the same places, look like we're trapped in the same times. Stop being so emotional. Start to create your conditions instead of being slaves to your conditions, and you might be able to change your condition. When you are emotional, what you tend to do is reach out to other emotions in order to resolve issues, in order to resolve inner conflicts. And before you know it, you're reaching out for emotions more than you're reaching in for divine reasoning. And after a while, you become drunk on the wine of emotions, and you start to act out of emotion as opposed to reasoning. And this is why so many of us are in cemeteries. This is why so many mamas keep getting on that television and crying the same song. This is why so many of us are coming up missing, right? Because we are missing in the true schools of thought. Because we are already missing in the schools of reason and understanding. Because we are already missing in the halls where patience and tolerance and unity is developed. We are missing in the halls where discipline is developed. We are missing in the halls where people are able to answer questions such as, do you have principles and what are those? We are missing in these areas. And when you come up missing in these areas, you come up missing in life. You become irrelevant. You are unrecognizable, not only by your own people, but by the government in which you live. And this is why a lot of us are exiled. We're exiled into prisons on top of mountains in Kentucky's and West Virginia's and all over the North American continent. And we come up missing in our own neighborhoods where we walk by one another and still don't even know we've walked by an individual harboring the great God within themselves. When you are emotional, you are not man, you are beast. This is why we're so prone to even name ourselves after these things. When our mental faculty are so consumed with emotionalism, before you know it, I don't even want to be man. I don't want to be sir. I don't want to be brother. I don't want to be chief or sheik. Just call me a real nigga. Just call me bull. Call me dog. Call me killer. Call me a whole bunch of other shit that has nothing to do, or that doesn't describe my true nature, doesn't describe my purpose. Rather not call you at all. When you're emotional, you're a dangerous man. But not to the establishment, not to the status quo, but to your own people. You shoot your own people down like dogs in the street. You kill the oppressed, and you'll shine the boots of the oppressor. Emotions are like fuel. You can use it to get from point A to point B. You can also use it to ignite a fire that can destroy worlds. Emotions make it impossible for you to truly be happy with the success and advancement and the blessings of your own people, but rather you become suspicious, slanderous, like a devil. I love my people today. I can say that today because I understand what love is. It is not an emotion. It is not predicated upon, if I'm feeling good. It's not predicated upon if I'm up or down. It's not predicated upon if I like you or dislike you, if I like your ways or dislike your ways. The actions of my life are what show love, regardless of my emotions, which begin and end. When I stay in accord with divine principles about how I treat those other living things that I encounter, that's how you show love, right? Love is infinite. Love is not something subject to your finite ways. When I say infinite and finite, I'm speaking of something that either begins and ends and that which has ever been. Time never was when love was not. But there was a time when you felt the way that you feel. And there was a time when you won't feel the way that you feel. So don't let love ride on the wings of your emotion. Let love be shown, right, in your steadfastness to being obedient to the laws of nature. Let your love be shown in your actions in life. Let your love be shown in how you treat other living creatures. Because if you but knew all living things are bound by cords to every other living thing, and to harm any living thing is to harm yourself. Stop being so self-destructive in your emotional state. Your emotions have been spoken of much in Holy Scripture. Your emotions, your propensity to get wrapped up in the human drama has been spoken of very much. It's been spoken of as the water. The water that has carried those who got in the ark of the covenant. The water that has drowned those who went against God's people. Or the water that behaved in certain manners yet was walked upon by holy men who embodied the spirit of justice. The water represents the cares of the world, that human drama, the vicissitudes, the changes, the ups and downs in life. You are not a subject to the water. You are a subject of the great God that lives within you. You have what it takes within you to subdue the waters. You have what it takes within you to tell those waters, right, that drama, the emotions, to be still. You have what it takes within you to still yourself, even if the drama around you rages on. Stop drinking in the wines of emotionalism. Find your sobriety in truth.